Welcome back, and thank you for joining us again to King's Vegetarian Food Manufacturing Company Limited recipe cooking class. In just a moment, we're going to be sharing with you how to make a wonderful light vegetarian codfish citrus salad. It's great in the summer, in the winter, if you just want a light snack or you want to impress your guests with an appetizer salad. It doesn't take more than 10 minutes to make, chock full of wonderful vitamins and nutrients with beetroot sprouts, radish sprouts, and everything else. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our fourth edition of King's Vegetarian Food Manufacturing Company Cooking per Our Product Recipe Show. Happy you joined us today. We've got some exciting today salad to make for you. If you remember, we made a vegan salmon salad previously, earlier in the summer. Now we're going to show you a vegetarian all-season codfish salad. So this one is not vegan, it is vegetarian, it's got some milk products in it. But it's a really nice, light appetizer salad for a fancy party. You want a snack in the middle of the day, you're just not that hungry to have dinner. Very easy to make. We're doing dishes that there's no way take more than about 7 or 8 minutes to make. Very simple. Most difficult, time-consuming part of this one is going to be our dressing, which we're going to make fresh. So have a quick look at our ingredients that we're going to use today. So this is our vegetarian codfish. The flavor itself in the profile is soy and potato, and you can see that the fish kind of simulated flavor is coming from the nori. 100% coming from the nori. Otherwise there would be no way that you would even know that we were trying to make a fish salad. The rest of our ingredients, we've got some wonderful fresh zest coming from lemon, lime, and orange. I've got chopped as well, so that's going to go into our salad dressing, as well as the cilantro chop. I've got the fillets of lemon, lime, and orange. You recall in our last episode when we did the salmon salad, we showed you how to do the fillets by peeling it and taking out the center. I've got some wonderful snap peas. They're still in season, still nice. The snap peas look really nice because we took them in a little bit of salted water and we boiled them for about 20 seconds into the ice water. That way they stay nice and colorful. They're still crisp, but they'll still have a nice flavor to them. That little blanching actually enhances the flavor of it and removes the dryness of it. And I've got some boiled egg. I'll call it soft, about an 8 to 9 minute egg. Because it's a vegetarian dish, omit or put in the egg, entirely up to you. I've got some pureed mango. It's just basically fresh mango. It can be frozen, defrosted. Obviously the fresh mango is always better. And it was just done in a bit of simple syrup and pureed and then strained through a fine mesh strainer. And then here you can see I've got some thin cut red and yellow peppers. They had been done about an hour ago, and you can see they're really crisp, because what we did is we put them in cold water, put them in the fridge for an hour. What that does is lets them stay very crispy and enhances the flavor. If you don't put them in the cold water in the cooler for a little bit, you find they get kind of limp and soft and not so wonderful on the plate. Now this is a very special salad. This is an amazingly healthy salad. What you're going to find in here is beetroot. You're going to find alfalfa sprouts, mung bean sprout, lentil sprouts, a little bit of asuna, a little bit of beet leaves, a little bit of kale. Very healthy salad, lots of chlorophyll, lots of vitamins in there. Not just your regular salad. We chose that one because it goes well with the idea we're trying to present. So, without waiting, what we're going to do here, we're going to pan fry this vegetarian codfish just a little bit. We don't need to pan fry it, but the benefit of pan frying it is going to be that we can enhance the flavor of it. Otherwise, the room temperature of it will not bring out any flavor in it whatsoever. I'm going to use a little bit of sesame oil on this one, just to keep with the tone of the salad dressing. We don't need much. Again, it's just a trace. I'm not going to add any salt or anything because there's already salt in the product itself, so it's not required. And like I said, I'm not out to brown it or crisp it. I'm just out to warm it up and give it a bit of enhanced texture. So it's just going to be a very, very fast saute, and then we're going to build our salad dressing. You can see the nice color already. So I'm going to turn it off now. So it's gas, which means it automatically turns off. If you've got an electric stove, turn it off, pull it off the heat, let it stay in the pan. Pan stays hot for at least another 5 minutes. So you can see I've just push on one piece here, see? It's still nice and soft, but it's got a nice color to it. Okay, so we're going to start making our salad dressing now. The salad dressing is very, very easy to make. So what we're going to do Recommend whenever you do anything that requires whisking, fine whisk. Nothing fancy, you can get it at any grocery store. The thinner the whisk, the pieces, the easier you can make an emulsion. You can emulsify it. Put a wet towel under your bowl. Believe me, it'll save yourself a whole lot of the bowl flying all over the place. I've had enough bowls land on the floor on me in my life. So what we're going to do, we're going to start with the mango, with the heaviest part. Anytime we make a salad dressing, it should be about 2.5 to 3 times of oil to vinegar and or the properties of the dressing, which here we have the mango. I'm going to make a little extra dressing today because I just know people are going to consume it as much as they can, so I don't want to run out. We're talking cilantro, keep it the theme. It's not a lot, it's maybe 1 teaspoon of fresh chopped cilantro. These are basically the zest of the lemon, lime, and orange, and I just put them in a few quick seconds of boiling water just to soften them up a little bit. You don't have to do it, but you might find that they're a little bit rough to eat straight from being chopped. So I recommend you definitely peel it a little bit first. It's already got a nice color on it. Rice vinegar. Not rice seasoning like sushi vinegar, just plain old, the really strong acidic rice vinegar. The mango is so sweet. The last thing you want to do is add a seasoned vinegar, because you're going to take the sweetness of the mango and the sweetness of the vinegar and you're going to make dessert. So we're just going to kind of mix it up a little bit. So you want it a bit thin, because you're going to emulsify this. This is going to make a great emulsification. I'm using my pink salt. I found this wonderful pink salt. The nice thing about the pink salt is that you can put a fair bit and it's not overly salty. It's far less salty than traditionally iodized salt. So last time we were doing this, we were using the salt, no salt, just as a few times to see how we like it. Now we're trying out this pink salt, and we're deciding that it actually tastes very nice. Now we fried the pieces of vegetarian cod in the sesame, so we're going to put a bit of this pure sesame oil. Do not make your salad dressing from just pure sesame oil. I know very few people that can eat pure sesame oil dressing. It's such a strong taste. So what we're doing, we're going to put a little bit in there for the flavor profile of it. Because believe it or not, even 8 or 10 to 1 vegetable oil to sesame oil is already going to be strong sesame flavor. Now, this is my trusty oil container here. It's just a canola oil, nothing too special. And again, we're going to drizzle it in slowly. We're going to continue whisking the entire time. Yeah, so like I was saying, we're going to emulsify this with about 3 or so oil to 1 vinegar. If you like your dressing stronger, no problem. Just put a little less oil. Okay, you can see it's emulsifying already. It's kind of floating around the edge of the bowl. It's not separating whatsoever. I'm going to take a spoon and just kind of give it a little taste here in a moment. See how we did. So you can see it is emulsifying. It's not leaving behind oil and vinegar. And that'll stay together for at least a few minutes. That has a nice taste. Not too much salt. Let's have some fun plating it now. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to get my fancy little plate. I'm going to put a little panache on this one. We're going to make it really pretty. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our codfish and we're going to put that down first. The codfish is heavy, and it'd be a shame to build the entire plate and then turn around and put the codfish down, and it's going to crush everything else on there. So I'm just going to put it down, a few pieces. It is only an appetizer. Each one of these pieces weighs about a little over ½ ounce, so 2.5 ounces would be more than fair. And we chose this plate because it kind of looks like a nice appetizer plate. Okay, now we're going to use our fingers a little bit here because it's a little bit difficult to make the salad with the palms to get what we need. Okay, so I don't want to completely cover up my codfish. Okay. And I'm going to put some nice orange segments in all my other ones. I always find an odd number looks very beautiful. It's hard to balance it when everything's even numbers. I choose the lime and the lemon because orange is so sweet. The dressing is sweet. Even the codfish is a little bit sweet. So by putting in the citrus, not just the orange, it's going to complement it. I wouldn't worry at all about the effect of the bitterness, because they're going to get a nice mouthful of a balanced of sweet dressing and really acidic citrus in the same mouth. Okay, then a little bit of the zest. Okay, now I've got some tomatoes. I think I'm going to cut the tomato a little bit first because the hole looks a bit big. There you go. Now it is a vegetarian salad. It's not vegan, so I did say I boiled some egg. Feel free to omit the egg. Regardless of omitted the egg or not, it is still not vegan because of the fish, so just kind of keep that in mind. And the egg does add a lot of protein and a lot of health to the dish. Okay, we'll put maybe 3 pieces in there. Okay, and then maybe just a touch of the okay, and the last thing we haven't used yet, these were the crispy of the red and yellow peppers. We're going to take them out of the water. You can see how crisp they turned out. It's really nice. And curly. You'll find they curl up really beautifully. Because if you don't do this, it's not a requirement, but if you don't put them in the cold water, I'll tell you they won't last long. And especially the heat we've had this summer, you're going to find you're not going to be very appreciative of the look of it once you put it on there and people come to sit down and eat. Okay, so there we go. I myself would not choose to put the salad dressing on at this point, because once you commit to putting the salad dressing on, what you're telling them is sit down and eat now, and we all know guests don't tend to arrive at the table at the same time at the right time. The minute I put such a hard dressing onto the salad, it's microgreens, it's all the roots, it's all the mung bean sprouts, the radish sprouts, the beet sprouts. This heavy dressing, and no matter what you do, it's going to make it fall flat and it will look terrible very, very fast. So my recommendation is get yourself a nice little dish, right? Give it a bit of a whisk again, and then let's just put some in a dish here. I mean, we can easily go out and buy some of these dishes, or you can just put it in the middle of the table in a beautiful serving dish. And what you're going to find is let them put their own on there, let them enjoy it on their own, and how much they would like to eat, and they're going to love it. So here we go. There's our wonderful mango dressing, which is a very wonderful seasonal thing. And here is our, for one, salad. Nice light dish. So if you're at a 30-degree temperature like we're supposed to get to today, there's your dinner. You don't have to worry about slaving over the stove and heating up the whole house and cranking up the air conditioning. So I hope you enjoyed watching us today. It's a very easy dish. You can see it took us only about 7 or 8 minutes to make it. The pre-prep was only the fillet of the lemon, the lime, the orange, which was no more than about 3 or 4 minutes. The salad dressing is super easy. You can make any salad dressing you want. You don't have to make the one we suggest. You might have your favorite. Please feel free to experiment. Do with it whatever you like. Make it your own. Own it. Give us some feedback. Let us know what you did with it, how you enjoyed it. And keep in mind, on our website, as per usual, you're going to find this recipe already on there. So when you go there, you're going to see how we made it. You're going to see the directions, the full nutrition on this dish. So you can see basically very low fat, very low sodium, like 5% sodium, 14 grams carb, fiber 41%. Super healthy salad for this time of year, all year round. You can download this, you can print it for yourself. You'll see the video. We try to make everything as available as possible. So send us your feedback. Tell us what you thought. Tell us what you'd like us to make. We do this about once a month. We come up with a couple of dishes and we spend some time in our kitchens and show you what we hope that you like. And by all means, tell us what you think. Thank you again for joining us, and I look forward to seeing you next time when we present another couple of wonderful dishes from our wealth of products at King's Vegetarian. Thank you for joining us today, and we certainly hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget, follow us on Facebook, join us on Twitter, enjoy us on YouTube, and subscribe. And don't also forget, we're going to be down at the Toronto Harbourfront Centre 9 to 11 September, cooking up some amazing dishes, all of our snacks and new items. And give us some feedback about what you thought, share us some pictures about what you made, and tell us what you'd like us to make. Have a great